sit on Mayor Ara Mendoza's chair and being greeted with utmost respect by everybody I meet make me feel honored and privileged. You know, I wish that every single student gets the chance to experience what we're experiencing right now. Because from what I have seen and what I have felt in the duration of this week, being of service to your fellow men, especially the Tarlaqueños, will give you joy and fulfillment. In the past weeks, we, your city youth officials, have exercised our leadership, resourcefulness, and sociability skills. We have seen the true Tarlaqueños inside all of us. We have had the opportunity to come up with ideas in order to remedy the flaws of our city. We have had the chance to get to know the dedicated people who work in this building in order to be stewards of Tarlac. We have built some of the greatest friendships that we could have ever built in our lives, and we have learned to love our city through the heart of a leader. Life is a storm, my dear friends. You will bask in the sunlight one moment, be shattered on the rocks the next. What makes you a man is what you do when that storm comes. I believe that a leader's greatness is not measured by how much he knows, but by how he behaves when he doesn't know what to do. Being a leader is difficult, basically because you have to accept that you are not omniscient, that you are still under the process of learning. Being a leader entails both power and humility. You must be close to your community in order to show them that you are one with them, but you must also be far enough ahead of them to motivate them. That is how a leader should be. He should know the boundary where his power goes beyond the limits of how it only should be. I strongly believe that we all have the capability and the heart to become leaders ourselves. The only basis on whether you are a leader is if you choose to be one. Sometimes, we Filipinos all want change and progress. We are idealistic people for knowing what is good for the community. But that, my friends, is not enough. Action. That is what we lack. Programs such as this should be implemented in order for the youth to get the chance to act upon what they know should be done. That is what we have had the chance to do in this past week. We have opened our hearts to commitment and dedication for our city because we all need to work hard for the betterment of the community. Depending on the leader or the mayor, for that matter alone, it's immature. Working with the government in order to build a community, now that is mature. One of the things that I have seen in this week is the lack of unity between the government and the people. When a public official does something good for the community, the people will automatically say that he's doing that to gain popularity among them. But when a public official stops doing so because of all the issues and the intrigues that he's receiving, people will say that he is of no benefit to the country. If you were the public official, where would you place yourself? Sometimes, these public officials, they do these things sincerely and with all their heart for their fellow men and their countrymen. What ruins it is the judgment of others. Working together as one is what will break the barriers that we have built around ourselves, bond our goals and aspirations into one, and build the country we all seek to have. As Carlos P. Romulo has said, brotherhood is the vital condition of a man's survival. In this past week, I saw only one thing in the actions of everybody working inside the City Hall. It is dedication. Being in the mayor's office, I saw how everybody there did not stop even for just a moment in order to take time for themselves. That sight, it inspired me. They did not depend on the mayor alone. Even in his absence, they worked, and worked. It was very instigating, and I feel proud as a Tarlaqueño for having been able to witness that. They are the people that we should consider heroes. They are the people who are humble enough not to broadcast their service on television. As I have read in a book, the basis of the dedication of a leader is when he does unwitnessed that which he is capable of doing before all the world. They exercise the value of humility, which is very hard to practice in the face of the government, in the face of service. I admire them for taking time to serve our country and our city. So I request that we all give these modern-day heroes a warm round of applause. In this part of my speech, I would like to thank all the people who have helped me go through this week. First is our dearest caregiver, as she likes to be called, Ma'am Divine, for always being there for us. Salamat po at tiniis nyo ang kakulitan namin para lang masamahan kami. Salamat po sa paggabay sa amin saan man kami magpunta. Salamat po sa pagiging mabait at matulungin sa amin. Salamat po at nagbigay kayo ng oras para sa aming kapakanan. Thank you also to all the people who have guided us in going around the city, and also for those who took time to drive us to our destinations. Salamat po sa inyong mga oras. I would also like to thank our dear Rotarians for giving us this wonderful opportunity. Actually, ilang beses ko na po kayong pinasalamatan dahil po sa project na to, pero I don't think that any amount of gratitude would be enough. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and I'm very grateful for having been part of it. Thank you for showing us the leader inside of all of us. At this point in my speech, I would like to address my fellow city youth officials who I have grown to love in the past week. My dear friends, today was our last day. It is very saddening to know that we may not get the chance to get together more often in the future because of our busy schedule.